Welcome back from Farm to You to Table by AIFD. Become the designer by selecting your monthly changing Lone Star Living Bouquet plus a beautiful bunch and an exclusive vase that goes perfect with this arrangement. Welcome back to the Farm to You to Table program by AIFD. It's a month of celebration. Happy birthday, United States of America. Let's get designing. We have this wonderful Lone Star Living Bouquet this month paired with beautiful red roses. I think it's so beautiful. This bouquet is so, wow. I love complementary colors. You just have that beautiful mix of color, and again, teaching you some design ease as complementary colors, which are, you have some purple, yellow, and red, which is really great for this arrangement. It just makes it pop, it makes it look wow for the season. There's very few blue flowers, so purple works for me sometimes in these aspects. So I love it because it's just a nice complementary color. So we're going to take that and we're going to pair it with our +1, which is gorgeous red roses. And we're going to need to clean those off a little bit. And the thing with red roses, or roses in general, they have birthing petals, is what we like to say in the industry. And that's the petals that are maybe damaged or not as pretty as you would think they would be, because that's the outer ring of the petals that guard the beautiful inside. So don't be afraid to pick off these petals. Don't do too many of them though. Like this one's all kind of like not really pretty. So I'm gonna just pull some of those off to make sure my red roses are beautiful. And don't be afraid to do that. It doesn't hurt it. We just call these birthing petals is what we call these. And it's just really easy. Just take them off, take off some leaves at the same time. And there's, you know, 1 or 2 petals that's like imperfect. So just do that really quickly. Beautiful. I just love red roses. They open up beautiful. They're just a showstopper. It's just beautiful, beautiful. The color, spot on. Red, can't go wrong with red. So here we are. I'm going to take and I'm going to use my bouquet. There's already a red rose already in it, so you have a few more red roses. So it's, you know, like wow, there's like going to be 7 red roses in this bouquet. I'm taking off some of the extra leaves on this arrangement. I've preached that a lot too. Just clean water and make sure vase life for these arrangements lasts so much longer. And then we're also going to use our great flower food. We're going to add this into it. Again, if you're just joining us for the first time, or this is your 10th or 11th time, yay. You'll understand I say this a lot. It's very important. You can go back and watch all the other videos. I probably say it every time. You're like, oh my gosh, broken record, Andy. But it's just that important. You're going to be much more happier with the arrangement, and it's going to last a lot longer than what you expect if you do that. So clean water, beautiful water is always important for an arrangement. So I'm going to take this, that's probably my front side. There's always a front side to arrangement. Even though you make it all the way around, there's always one side that's prettier than the other side. So that's really my front side. I'm going to take and pull it to the side, my vase. I use my vase and the counter as a guide to help me cut the flowers. So I'm going to bring it here. You want the flowers almost to touch the end, like to the edge of the vase. And then you use the table to cut off your beautiful stems. That just makes you have a beautiful, perfect arrangement every time. And so what happens most times when I see most beginner designers, what happens with those arrangements is they're kind of leggy or really too tall, and it makes them want to fall over. It looks kind of odd. You have all this negative space here. If they were up this tall, you'd have all this negative space, and it's not really as pretty. It's not really as appealing as you would think it should be when it's dropped in a little bit lower and you get this really beautiful arrangement. And I'm going to talk about grouping. I'm going to group my red roses in the focal. So I'm talking about grouping, which is putting flowers together in like a bunch of them together, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like put them together in a very focal area of this arrangement. It's going to cause like this wonderful, dramatic, like wow focal point. It's also going to make your eye go to it because it's this really beautiful red open roses. So I'm going to take them here. I'm going to add this to my front of my arrangement. And you're going to want to terrace those as well. If you've not heard that before, you can go back and watch other videos and you can see that terracing is a technique that you can do where you're kind of layering on the flowers on top of each other, especially focal flowers. It just helps create a really great eye-catching design. So I'm going to cut off the one a little bit longer and put it in, and then the third one a little bit longer, so you get this, and I'll turn it around in a second, so you get this 1, 2, 3 almost terrace stepped effect when you design, and you'll see how beautiful it is. It keeps, your eye goes right to that beautiful red rose focal point. So that just helps that. And on the other side, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to add 3 more on the other side and a focal for the back side. So again, you want one that is shorter, then one that's medium height, and one that is taller. And I'm terracing this in a way that it's also another design technique. So the design technique that I want to tell you about is called Fibonacci Sequence, which is the golden rule of design. So you have an item that is basically at 3 inches, 5 inches, 7 inches, or 8 inches, making a Fibonacci sequence. So, 3 plus 5 is 8. So that gives a really beautiful Fibonacci sequence, which again, beautiful flower design is math. So, and it's really kind of odd to think about it in that way, but it's like beautiful triangles, Fibonacci sequence. So again, you're having this really great lingo when you're talking to your friends, like, wow, I know how to design, watch this, I got this Fibonacci sequence going on in this arrangement. They're like, what? And so it just makes you have like a great conversation at the table or wherever you're doing that. So then I'm gonna take the last 3. We have this one that was already in the bouquet, this red rose, and I'm just gonna dot those through the rest of it. So I'm not gonna group those. I just wanna add that color to the sides so that all of your guests have a beautiful side to this arrangement. So again, no matter where you're seated at the table or at the picnic table, if you're outside, inside, you have this really beautiful arrangement all the way around. So there you are. And look, you just created this gorgeous arrangement for July. Wow, your guest, and happy birthday, America. Follow us for a new video every month.